Hello to you. This is Wibena Impact TV. This is We Inspire Talk Show, and it's affiliated with Wibena Institute that does academic languages, any services related to English, French, German. Please come to us. Centenary House, 4th floor. I am by names of Rene Eve Owayo. I am the host of this talk show, and I am with my co-host.
Hi there, Mercy Kaliche is my name.
And we have our own guest, Fernando Ziata, all the way from the US to talk to us on Bena Impact TV.
Hello, I'm Fernando, as they said. So I'm your guest today.
Thank you so much, Fernando. Can you maybe start by introducing yourself to the guests so that they know a little bit of you?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity and privilege that I'm being given to be in this brand new studio in the city of Kigali.
Yeah, you are gracing it. You are gracing it.
And so I think for me, as I said, it's a privilege. This is the most spoken place in the world.
Oh, thank you so much. Like, we are humbled.
Sure.
And definitely for good things.
For good things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think positive leadership is what is the most known about this country. That's why we think that visiting here, we can get some inspiration too to inspire others. This is all about leadership.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I heard like when you came actually to Rwanda was actually for Transformational Leadership Summit. And there are so plenty of leadership summit across the world. Like what do you particularly personally to this place and for this particular summit?
Yeah, first of all, Wibeni is my personal friend. So I've been planning for him to come first to the US for a peace building conference that we're trying to put together. As you know, I'm a business development actor,
Yeah.
and I also do the lobbying. I'm the CEO of my own brand of companies, which is Paideia Global Vision. One part of it is working in charity, social development, and education, not only for the immigrants who are in the United States, but I also have started some few action in Zambia, Lusaka, and in DRC, Goma. So me coming down here was first because I wanted to value the work that my friend is doing down here.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that I think Rwanda is becoming the epicenter of the African economy.
Yeah.
And we've seen the kind of leadership that this country has uphold. So everybody is talking about that. They're calling Kigali the cleanest city of Africa.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
it is.
And this was an opportunity I couldn't really miss. I'm like, I have to be there and to be alongside with my favorite speaker, Mr. Professor PLO
Yeah.
Lumumba.
Lumumba.
Yeah, I think that is one of the reasons that I rushed and decided to be among you, even though COVID. I just avoided to say Mrs. COVID because that would be discrimination.
True.
Because COVID is actually Corona in Spanish, which is in feminine, but it has nothing to do with women. It's just a sickness that came in our midst,
Yeah.
and so it stopped us from doing what we wanted to do. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Talking about COVID and its gender, definitely I'll touch on that. Right?
Sure. Like you definitely should.
It's not about its gender or anything. When you came around here, definitely you had this purpose, being part of this transformational conference. And then COVID was like, hey, you are not going nowhere. How has it been?
Interesting. I've been roaming around all the districts around in Rwanda, and that was an occasion to discover the city until they decided to social distance people. And I decided to go to Rubavu in Gisenyi, actually. That's where I spend the most time, being in Rwanda. I think the way the COVID itself was managed in this country was very professional. We thought that only some Western country would be able to really face it. And but when you compare the leadership in this country, the way they handle it, the way they created some quarantine site and all those things, I've seen that. I've been Gisene, and the way the police was everywhere, making sure that people would respect the instructions given by the Department of Health. That was amazing. And I was joking with a police officer. I'm like, I'd rather die in Rwanda than somewhere else.
And
Yeah,
definitely that's kudos to our Ministry of Health for the good job well
let's say
done.
kudos to the
Yeah,
Minister
yeah,
of
yeah.
Health.
And he's still to his work. He still is here.
Oh
Aiding.
yes, it's still here.
I'm
And
still
I
here.
hope you're not going soon.
Yeah, I have a family that I left behind. Kids have been asking me, Daddy, what are you doing there? I'm like, okay, it was not caused by me. But very soon I'll be leaving, but not forever. Having a lot of just long-term vision, good visions about working with the people of Rwanda because they are representing African views as well.
Yeah. So I noticed like you can't help but also keep saying like you are a business person. And if you look the country you are in, Rwanda is a country that took business seriously. Like it's the second in doing a business in Africa after Mauritius, and we are aspiring to be the best, not just Rwanda, even like Africa, just globally. Like what have you learned in regards to business in Rwanda, and what is you think with your experience Rwanda can do better, like to do than it does now and get to?
You know, there are a lot of things to say in a positive way about this growth in this country. We just have to be appreciative of things when it comes to the leader of Africa. Because most of the time people have been speaking about hunger in Africa, poverty.
Yeah.
They will take
Diseases.
bad
Yeah, that
pictures.
narrative, that narrative.
That
Yeah.
narrative, they
People
take bad
sleeping on
pictures,
trees.
people
Yes,
sleeping in the street
yes.
on trees, and all those things was just demeaning.
And
Just
some people have this audacity, be like, are there crowds in Africa? Be like, hello, like it's 2020, like
let me tell you, just observing this studio, it is modern studio.
exactly. Tell them.
I live in the United States. I'm in the state of Virginia, in a city called Harrisonburg, where they have a studio. I don't see the difference between the studio in Kigali and the one I saw over there.
And this studio is rentable, by the way.
Even though
Yeah.
it is rentable, I
Yeah.
wanted just to say by small things that whenever you go to an office here in Kigali, you find professionalism. You find a high standard of the way the office itself look. And then you say, these people are serious about what they do.
Yeah.
I've been in Lusaka, I've been in Tanzania, I've been in DRC, I've been in Burundi, I've been in so many countries. But I can say that in Rwanda, I've seen also a lot of good things. Good things, whether you see the architecture of the city, you don't see people writing in the walls stupid things.
Yeah.
It's all really clean. And that, just by seeing that, it tells you that these people are serious, number one. Number two, I came in Kigali in 2017. I wanted to meet a high officer because there was a friend of mine who is a businessman. In my work as a lobbyist or as a business facilitator, I wanted to connect that business. I think that was a cement company that those people wanted to meet some high officers. I'm telling you that it was really easy to make it through the office of the boss. And plus, they have a good office here about, I think they call it the RD, Rwandan Development
Board.
Bored.
The
Board,
RDB.
RDB. And this is where people are very flexible. You ask for a meeting, they receive you. They don't complicate you. They don't ask you for a bribe. They don't ask you for anything looking like corruption.
True.
And everything they talk to you is professional
Yeah, and straight.
and straight. And then it just takes a matter of 5-10 minutes to meet them and then make some plans about what exactly you want to make, well, what exactly you want to do in this country. And this is appreciable. Appreciable. I'm not trying to compare it with other countries, but I want to talk about the positiveness of what I've seen here. They don't take you more time. You know, time is money.
Sure.
When you come to a country, you have to pay for a 5-star hotel. You have to pay for your meal. You have to book for the best uh, restaurant where you can meet with officials, maybe friends, or go to your office. And now, when you find people facilitating you the task, they're saving you money and they're giving you trust and hope. And then you believe in them and you say, if I have to do something, let me begin it right here in Kigali where people are flexible but professionally.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
that
So,
was a very passionate talk. Like, maybe are you planning on establishing a business here or something like that?
Um, yeah, it is very soon to assume, but that was really my plan in 2017 when I came here.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I met Wibena. So we want to put uh, just work in synchrony. We have a training center in the US, and our charity is working all over the continent here. So I want him and me to come together and think about how we could bring our friends who want to invest in Africa come and
Wow.
invest. So we are in the talks. I hope that things will be positive from both sides.
all right, all right. Just before we close, because I know somebody's looking
Yeah.
on their clock. So you say that you're a business facilitator. Please talk to the audience. Somebody who wants to be this. How do they go? Where do they start?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our mercy.
When I grow up, I want to be that. Help me out.
Yeah, first of all, I would mention that it depends on the passion that someone has on doing a certain thing. I worked for over 10 years with the United Nations, and I came to a point where I was elected to be the president of the staffing system, which was called the UNSU, but we had a different name at that time. We called it NASA, National Staff Association.
Association.
Um, and part of my staff was including Kigali, which had a small office of the UN here in Kigali. It was including Kampala and Entebbe. It was including the DRC, Pretoria, and Kigoma, Tanzania. And we brought all these 5 countries together to be part of that union and to defend the right of our staff members on when it comes to welfare, when it comes to the payment or remuneration. In general, we built a very solid friendship with the people in the region. And always when I was coming to Kigali at that time, my brothers and friends in Kigali were so compassionate at me. They would sometimes decide to host me in their houses. And this is how I came to know that Rwandan people are so hospitable. And then from there and on, once I came out of the UN, I found myself that I did master the lobbying system. So wherever we wanted to lobby for a subject, we were meeting the big lobbyists in New York, and this just brought me close to them because we were talking to them about the situations of our people, how they could help, and I felt like that was something I could do. So talking to business people, showing them where they could invest their money, connecting them to where the needs are, and telling them the potentials of African countries like Rwanda, which are open for business, and how to get in touch with them. So anybody can become it, but some people go to school to do law school, to be able to convince and advocate. But what I did was international relation, which is diplomacy. Anybody can do that. I don't tell you to just do international relation. You can become a lobbyist if you choose to.
Are there specific traits in terms of the character that go hand in hand with the academia part of it?
Yeah, there are a lot. I will indicate a few links maybe after the interview because this is particular and this is like official trades.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But I believe that I'm also training people on how to advocate
Yay.
and how to link up
Wow.
with the business communities. And
Yeah.
yeah, I have no hesitation. I believe that you can meet anybody who is willing to discuss business with you if you wish. Um, like the last time I had convinced somebody to come to Africa, that was Mr. Willie Cade. Willie Cade is actually a best friend to the Gate family in Chicago. His best friend also to Mrs. Wife of Bill Gates, how do you call him? What do you
Melinda.
call it? Melinda. So I think I came to know Mr. Cade through another friend from London, and we've been discussing business, and he trusted me, and I put him in touch with some head of state in Africa, up to him deciding to fly with his own private jet to come and explore the field of agriculture. So sometimes it's not easy. You have to convince them. They have to know who you are. You sometimes have to put your money, a certain capital for paying for your flight, for booking for appointment with the head of states.
So dedication is key to the
Dedication is
cause.
key. Exactly. Dedication is key. There are a lot of details I could have given, but dedication is key. When I'll be training the people, and I'll be giving them a few details about how I succeeded, and how this was not just an easy thing to,
A walk in the
to.
park.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's beautiful, and I think this has been pretty amazing. Clearly, we are having lots of details that we need to give you. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, and definitely, if you can pay us a visit at the Centenary House right here in the Kigali city, 4th floor, we'll be here, and definitely, as our guest
The
has said,
heartbeat,
we
the
are.
heartbeat of Africa.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes, the
yeah,
heartbeat
yeah.
of Africa.
Yeah, definitely. That's the
And
thing.
it's clearly stated that we are hospitable people. We give you hugs, but not during Corona time.
That's a good one.
Thank you so much. This is Wibena Impact TV, and this is We Inspire Talk Show. See you soon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
It was
See
so
you
much
soon.
an honor to have you, Mr. Fernando Ziata. Hope we see you soon again.
Yeah, it is just for me to thank you too for your time and the opportunity you've given.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Until
Ciao.
we see you again before it goes back.